Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well Dressed Walrus, Spokane Firefighters Local 29, Creative Music Learning Center, and North Idaho Events. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here. Hope you're having a great day and getting ready for the holidays coming up. I've got a friend who's come back to be on our program today, and he's the guy in this area who knows startups and small businesses and so forth. We're going to be talking with Ryan Arnold from North Idaho College right after this.
Think of North Idaho Events as your business development advisor. We produce events of all kinds: trade shows, themed expos, fundraisers, corporate workshops, and more. We will discover the most appropriate event that your company can most opportunistically shine. We provide the platform to feature local businesses in front of a high quantity of their ideal customer. Share your story with April Howard over a cup of coffee so she can most appropriately guide you and your business into new heights and create a most mutually beneficial relationship.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful. It needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
Well, here with a fellow that actually started out with us almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
When we first launched Spokane Talks, almost 5 years ago.
It's crazy it's been that long already, right?
I know.
And nice studio now. I mean, this place is beautiful.
A little better.
Yeah.
Of course, in those days it was just audio, but we've kind of moved on.
Right.
And now we're audio and video and so forth. Ryan Arnold, how are you?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. I'm having a lot of fun working at North Idaho College, but also doing some other projects in the community as well. So one of the reasons I want to talk to you today.
Yeah, well, let's first talk about what you do at North Idaho College,
Sure.
and then get into some of the other things.
Yeah, so
What do you do to earn your keep over there?
a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I'm the entrepreneurship director at NIC, and what I really focus on is I'm not the instructor there. So we have an instructor that teaches entrepreneurship,
Okay.
but I help the college build new programs and
Okay.
sustain some of the fun ones that are sort of ancillary to our core entrepreneurship programming.
Right.
So a good example would be the Makerspace, Gizmo Coeur d'Alene. We partnered with them as an organization, about 2.5 years ago.
And it's kind of like everybody knows about Gizmo, don't they?
If they don't, they should.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a really neat space, about 11,000 square feet of tools and learning opportunities to build whatever you want. So whether
Really?
you're a community member or a student, it's open to everybody. So I get to work in the makerspace. I get to work with young entrepreneurs. I get to do a lot of fun things. So really cool job.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And it's down by the lake in Coeur d'Alene, so that's pretty good too.
That's even
Yeah,
better, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
is.
That college is in a beautiful spot, isn't it?
It's a premium spot in Coeur d'Alene for sure. So right where the lake hits the river. So it's a good thing in the summer. Walk down by the beach and take a break from
I was
work
going to
once in
say,
a
no
while.
wonder you don't answer your office phone during the summertime.
Right.
Okay, so I think people understand basically what you do.
Yeah.
And you do it for more than just North Idaho, because there's some projects coming up too.
Yeah, so we know each other because I used to be the entrepreneurship director at Greater Spokane Incorporated with
Right.
the program Startup
Right.
Spokane, and that was a really fun position. And one of the things I got involved with back then was the Northwest Entrepreneur Competition, and that competition's been going on for over 15 years now.
Is the competition just to be able to spell entrepreneur?
Big words
Yeah.
when you're working in this title, right?
Does spell check come up for you too?
Absolutely, every
Okay,
day.
I wondered if I was the only one. Okay.
Yeah, so the NEC competition's been a great. I read it as entrepreneurship infrastructure in an article from last year.
Okay.
And I think that's a good way to put it. The way our students have a way to learn how to be an entrepreneur, how to
Yeah.
test that idea, and how to get out in front of people and really pitch it.
Do you mean it doesn't just happen?
It doesn't just happen. It can, but I believe that we can support entrepreneurship by providing resources like this along the way.
Fewer mistakes.
Fewer
You know,
mistakes, or
yeah.
mistakes in the right places, right?
Right.
And safe places.
Good point, good point.
So anyway, was on the advisory board for the NEC competition for the last 5 years or so.
Okay.
And Whitworth University has been hosting that for a long time.
Right.
Gonzaga was the host before that.
Right.
And Whitworth had signaled they were ready to move on and allow somebody to take that torch.
Sure.
So it was a really neat opportunity for me to think about at North Idaho College how to expand our footprint and also what we do for the community and take a bigger role. So
Okay.
in this last year, NIC has taken on hosting the NEC with the University District of Spokane, or Spokane University District with Lars
Okay.
Gilbert. So us two together have partnered on this to host it as a more region-wide competition.
I think that's good. I think that's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, we've had competition from sort of Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
Right.
And within the region, we've got, I believe it's 13 higher education institutions that are
Yes.
within our reach. So this is an open competition for high school and college students.
Okay.
We've got different categories, and we've got about $42,000 in prize money.
Ooh,
so
okay.
there's real sort of ways to fund your company by participating in this.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a really exciting project to take on as not an advisory board member anymore, but actually sort of the lead.
Okay, so you're really the coordinator for this whole thing, aren't
Yeah,
you?
my office, along with Lars, is really the coordination
Right.
behind this now. So
Right.
we've taken the torch. We've got a great advisory board that's helping us along the way.
Good.
But really trying to expand and build upon this program because it's something that's been great for our community. Companies like eTails have launched out of it.
Okay.
And it's just something we need here. So, yeah, I'm happy to take it on, but it's a huge responsibility now, and I'm trying my best to make sure it
Yeah,
goes
but you
off
got
the
broad
head.
shoulders. You can handle it.
I'm trying my best, yeah.
Okay, so walk us through so those watching understand what's coming up. What will they see in the next 2 months, 6 months?
Sure.
Are we talking the year 2020? Or?
Yes, so it's the 2020 NEC competition, but right now we're open for submittals.
Okay.
So high school and college students can submit their ideas online. It's
Okay.
basically an executive summary and then a small video pitch.
Okay.
Whether it's them with their cell phone or
Yeah.
they wanted to create something, we want to see what their idea is.
Okay.
The judges will review that this spring.
Okay.
The closing date is February 14th for that first submittal.
Okay.
And then we'll sort of whittle it down to the
Isn't
top.
that Valentine's Day?
It's Valentine's Day,
Oh,
right? So
okay.
easy to remember, right?
Okay.
Or, yeah. So
Yeah. Sorry, dear. I
yeah,
can't come
exactly
home. Yeah.
right. So anyway, February 14th
Yeah.
is the first date,
Okay.
and then from there, April 16th will be the big competition.
Okay.
And that will be the live pitches where community members can come in
Okay.
and see.
Is that on a weekend or an
It's
evening?
on Thursday.
Thursdays,
And we're
okay.
going to have it on the Spokane University District campus at the McKinstry Innovation Center.
Okay.
So kind of a nice synergy there
Yes.
of using that building and showcasing all the innovation happening between all of our colleges and high schools.
Right,
So we're welcoming community members to be there, and we're going to have some guest speakers there as well.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out, and I have every time that the University District comes up,
Yeah.
because I remember about a year and a half ago, my wife and I were driving through there on a Saturday, and I had not been through there for a while. Okay, it might have been a year or so, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is really a college, university, and a campus.
It's amazing, right?
It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, I was at the Spokane Chamber of Commerce when my boss suggested that the colleges in town come together downtown. This is like 30-some years
It's a
ago.
long
when I was
history
at
to get to
Water.
where it's at.
Yeah. In fact, he handed me the script and said, "This is my speech," because I was his PR guy and marketing guy at then Washington Water Power. And he said, "You're probably going to get some media questions on this. You might want to read it before I do it." And I'm going, okay. And he called for it's time for everyone to come together. Unfortunately, Wendell Satry has passed on a few years back, about 10 years or so. But if he could see what it is now, I mean, even
Yeah.
when he was still alive, it was just really starting to grow and so forth. And I wish he could see it now, because
Yeah.
it's what he envisioned. He and other community leaders envisioned that we need something downtown. And so, what a great spot.
Yeah, what great vision and sustained vision, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that wasn't an easy lift, and it's not done.
No.
So,
No,
I mean,
no,
that's the exciting part is, seeing some of the building renditions coming out from the different universities and colleges that are looking forward on that thing.
And the
It's
expanding
amazing.
over to Sprague Avenue with the bridge
Right.
and all that's going on there.
So I wish I had Lars here to kind of talk about
I
that.
know,
and that kind of
I know, but
segue,
he had a
'cause
conflict today.
He
So
did.
We'll let him off today, but we've had him on before, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I get jazzed about our university district
I
and
do
what
too.
that's really become. And I don't want to take away from the campuses at EWU and Whitworth and so forth. They all have great things going on, but what a wonderful spot in a downtown area
Mm-hmm.
that continues to grow downtown and all that goes on. So
And it speaks to
anyway.
collaboration, right?
Yeah.
And to what that campus is really meant to be, which is a collaborative
Okay, so
place.
the proposals are due on Valentine's Day.
That's
February.
right, but you can turn them in now, and we
Oh.
already have submittals coming in.
We're not
so-
allowed to turn in our homework
Oh,
early.
yes, please do. It make me less nervous, right?
Yeah.
We typically have between 40 and 70 teams submit. So
Wow, okay.
There's a lot to review, and we'd love to see them come in
So
early.
then your review period is between
February and March.
and February and March, and
Yep.
then in April
We'll have the big event.
Big event.
Yep.
Okay. When are things decided?
So April 16th during that big event is when we'll decide who gets the big checks.
Really?
Yep. So it'll be.
So is that all
they're
one
on site.
evening?
Yep. It'll be in an afternoon and then an evening.
Evening,
So
okay.
Typically what we've done in the past is because there's different categories. There's a
Yes.
technology category,
Sure,
a
okay.
traditional business, and then an open category where you can be paired with a student, but you could be a community member as well.
Okay.
Or say a graduate student.
Okay.
What we do is go through all the presentations. So every presenter has about 7 minutes.
Okay.
We review those.
Boy,
as
you got to
judges.
fine tune your presentation,
You
don't
do.
you? Welcome to executive summary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we'll summarize and figure out who wins the competition, and then we'll present that in front of the community and do that as a big award ceremony that
Wow,
evening.
that's
So,
great.
Yeah, we're looking to restructure things a little bit
Yeah.
in this next year and really turn it towards a more community aspect event. So. In the past, we've had it at Whitworth, which has been fantastic.
Yes.
But it's all been sort of behind closed doors as an educational exercise.
Right, right.
And what we really want to see is a connection for our students to the business community.
Yes.
And how do we bridge that? So this is a great transition year for us.
Good.
For Lars and his team and my team to kind of figure out how to manage this thing.
Okay.
And then transition it towards something bigger. I think it'd be a great platform for a lot of the things that we have to do aspirationally in both North Idaho and Spokane.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm so pleased to see things expand and change. Change is
Change,
good.
right, yeah.
It can be good. Okay,
can
and I
be.
think this is good. And I think you're absolutely right in terms of the integration of the students and the business community, because if they're successful with their project, whether they're funded or not, they can still be non-funded and be successful. okay?
Absolutely.
But they're going to interact with the business community, and they're going to meet some people that will carry them on through.
Right.
I was at Starbucks going through the other day with my wife, and I pointed out to someone that I have known since almost the day I came to Spokane, and he's in his early 90s and has always been there in terms of encouraging the Spokane community and the business community, and I've always respected Larry Stanley. You may know Larry
Yep.
from the past and so forth. And I said, that's Larry that I keep talking about, that has given back in the business community for the 40-some years that I've known him and so forth. And to make those connections, I value that, because we'll have a cup of coffee every so often and just talk about things
Sure,
and so
absolutely.
forth. And that's the one thing in this area. I'm sure it's, when I say this area, I mean Spokane, because I don't know the Coeur d'Alene market as quite as well, but I'm sure it's that way over there. Yes, we're cities, but we're still towns. That
Yeah.
you ask somebody, how do I do this? And your competition will even step up and help you.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would not happen like it does here in an LA or a San Francisco or even a Seattle.
I say
you know?
that the hierarchy's flat. I mean, that's sort of my saying when we're talking
Okay,
about that.
yeah.
But that anybody's reachable here.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to have a cup of coffee with the mayor, it's possible in Spokane.
Yes, it
right?
is.
I
It
mean,
is,
And same in Coeur
absolutely.
d'Alene. So that's the really fun thing. And it's been the fun thing, I guess, being an entrepreneurship director or
Yeah.
being in these positions in the community where you can feel really comfortable
Don't you
connecting
feel
people.
when you give them, here, call so-and-so at XYZ
Right.
company, and you know so-and-so will pick up the phone and
Absolutely.
help that person.
Yeah.
And it may be opening other doors or whatever, but yeah,
It's a really cool thing about Spokane and Coeur
it
d'Alene.
really
Yeah.
is. So what else do we need to cover? What else is going on? Not that you haven't covered enough.
No, the NEC competition, I mean, if there's people listening that want to be judges or be sponsors.
How can they learn more? Obviously, you've got this on your Facebook and or website.
Yeah, sure. The website is NW Entrep. So Northwest Entrepreneurship.
So you don't have to spell the whole word,
you
right?
got to shorten it down.com.
Okay.
So just put it into Google. You'll find it easy.
Yeah.
We've got a social media page, things like that. You can contact me directly. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of at ryanarnold@nic.edu. So
Okay.
not hard to track down.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, it's been working the community with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's been working on fun projects with Gizmo. We're working on some really exciting stuff that I can't say anything about yet over at NIC, but
Okay.
more to come.
But you'll come back and talk, right?
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
the hook, right? So
Yeah.
I wish I could today.
Okay.
But I don't know, just trying to help
So
people.
tomorrow.
Maybe next week.
Oh, okay.
So,
Relentless, aren't I?
yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
But,
Ryan,
good stuff.
thank you for what you're doing, because just think of the countless businesses that you're helping, the number of people that are being employed because of it, and so forth. You got to feel good when you go home at night.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a really fun role to be in, so
Yeah.
I feel pretty lucky, and we just try our best to help people. So, I mean, what's better than that?
That's
Being
a
here-
win-win.
It is a win-win.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the role and the responsibility.
Great. Thank you for all you
Yeah,
do.
thank you
okay.
for
Merry
having me on.
Christmas and Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Pulse of Spokane.
Here at Creative Music Learning Center, we are dedicated to your learning no matter where you are on your journey. Whether you are a beginner, a casual player, or need some brushing up on technique, we are here for you. When you begin lessons with us, our teachers take the time to understand what kind of learner you are and how we can help you further your knowledge, offering a variety of instruments including piano, guitar, voice, violin, and more. We are here and ready to get started with you.
I had no idea how to be an adult, let alone a mom. I grew up in over 20 foster homes, so I partied to escape. I wanted to change, but I had no idea what to do. UGM showed me that healing begins with the heart, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. My kids and I started over with a whole new foundation. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Think of North Idaho Events as your business development advisor. We produce events of all kinds: trade shows, themed expos, fundraisers, corporate workshops, and more. We will discover the most appropriate event that your company can most opportunistically shine. We provide the platform to feature local businesses in front of a high quantity of their ideal customer. Share your story with April Howard over a cup of coffee so she can most appropriately guide you and your business into new heights and create a most mutually beneficial relationship.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well Dressed Walrus, Spokane Firefighters Local 29, Creative Music Learning Center, and North Idaho Events. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.